Cinco Deporto on this Taco Tuesday. There we go. Happy Cinco Deporto to the ungovernables, les ungobernables. The captain's crew, the LFA family, McGroy Nation. We are coming to you live from the deep red state of Tennessee on this Cinco Deporto. Today is Cinco Deporto. And we're not going to be doing the entire show in the sombrero because I got to put my headphones on, and I can't wear the headphones over this beautiful hat. I have to say that, but it is Cinco Deporto. Congratulations, happy Cinco Deporto to everybody. We're going to be talking about the very nasty illegal aliens, nasty people, dead hombres, right? We're going to be talking about it, nasty people, but we're looking very closely at deporting Ilhan Omar. Look at her. And her brother, she married her brother. The brother said to me, "Sir, lo siento, señor, por favor, please don't deport me." And we look at the brother. We say the brother had enough punishment. He had to be married to Ilhan, which we don't like. Happy Cinco de Porto to everybody. We will be doing a little of the illegal aliens towards the beginning of the show today, just because obviously it's a big story. It's still an issue that is facing our country today. I am going to switch hats. Well, not really switching hats. I'm leaving this hat on. But we will go. Trump fan 20 says, I almost spit my coffee out. There you go. Cool. They say, "Sir, please." They say, "Señor, por favor, no deporto, please." But we're going to get rid of you. You're going to be gone. I have to say that. You're going to be gone. All right. It is Cinco de Porto today. We're going to be having a little bit of a fiesta. By the way, right off the top, if you are a Rutherford County, Tennessee resident, today is primary day. Get out. Where is it? There it is. Get out. Oh, come on. Get out and vote. Whoa. Kenneth Barrett for sheriff. There he is. And
do it.
You got to do it. All the cool kids are doing it.
We did it.
We did it early. So that's it. Cinco de Porto. Cinco de Voto, as we're calling it today, here in Rutherford County, Tennessee. Huge primary. So happy Cinco de Voto, Cinco de Porto, or Cinco de Drinko if you celebrate that too. I know a lot of people celebrate Cinco de Drinko. Anyway, we will be talking a lot about these illegal aliens. We've got a couple of illegal alien stories. Plus, we're going to take a stroll down one of my favorite X accounts. It is Illegal Alien Crimes. That is the name of the X account that we're going to be scrolling through today as we have our Cinco de Porto fiesta. And a little bit later today, right after the show, I'll get to work on recording a Cinco de Porto message from El Presidente Favorito, right? This is your favorite president. And I've got a couple of ideas there as well. Of course, I took a shower. That's where all the ideas happen. You get the hot water, hits your brain, everything expands. It's nice. I'm expanding. Yeah. So there it is. Happy Cinco de Porto. We will be having a Cinco de Porto fiesta live on the show today. We'll be talking a little bit about some of these illegal alien stories, like the illegal alien that was arrested for stabbing two women on Long Island, and an illegal alien that was finally captured after 14 years on the most wanted list for fleeing a crash that killed a teenager. So we'll start off with those stories. We'll scroll through a couple of other ones. We got where's my middle finger? There it is. We got our double barrel it's our single barrel middle finger. This is for Europe. I'm thinking of maybe getting a huge one of these and painting it gold. So I want to do a lot of awards toward the end of the year.
That would be fun.
Tucker Carlson is obviously number one for the golden flip-flop.
Right.
Because I never said that. I said that. I never said that.
Who do you think you are?
Who do you think you are? Gaslighting everybody, Tucker. Okay? But I want to get a huge middle finger so we can do the golden bird towards the end of the year. Or maybe we should just do a huge award show of the Golden Birds. I think they have the Golden Globes, Best Picture, Best Supporting Actor. So it's like, worst, this, that, and the other. But we'll do the Golden Birds. But this is for Europe today. This is for Europe because they're crying now. The Europeans, please don't pull your troops out of our country. No. Oh, well, really? So what, you just You just feel entitled to U.S. military assets and defense? Entitled. We just wanted to, I don't know, fly over places like Spain and France, use the bases that we have in Italy, get a little assistance from Germany. And they said no. Okay, fine. That doesn't sound like a really good, quote unquote, alliance, does it? It's an abusive relationship. Europe, they take. We give. And what do we get in return? Nothing. All right. Well, if we're going to get nothing, then I propose we give nothing. Fair is fair. No, that's not fair. Europe can't defend themselves. They
gave up their guns.
Europe can't defend themselves.
Oh, wait, no, they never had guns.
I'm going to look and see. Europe can't defend themselves. I don't know if I have. Well, we'll just.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
I don't know why we did that
Europe
one.
Europe ever have guns?
Europe has. Well, your government has guns. The European, citizens.
People ever?
Some of them probably do. But, Europe, they can't defend themselves. This is what it looks like when I don't care. Okay? Is it time to care about? Nope. So, Europe, you're up creek, without a paddle. Sorry. Oh, well. Maybe you should have shown a little more appreciation. Maybe you should have been a little more grateful for the support that we have given you over the last, couple decades. Just saying. Now you don't want to lose U.S. troops. That's your own fault. We weren't even asking you to move heaven and earth. We were asking, to just fly over your country. That became a problem. Okay. I don't care. You want to cry? Giorgia Meloni in Italy? That's one of the biggest frauds. Oh, I thought she was our friend. I thought so too. And then she basically told us to go pound sand. I don't know. Maybe she's afraid of the Vatican. I have no idea. We'll get to that. We have another bizarre story out of Chicago. There's a Democrat alderman in Chicago wants to charge Walgreens with a crime for closing one of their locations. That's a great story. We also have the White House went on lockdown a little bit yesterday. Briefly, there was a shooting near the Washington Monument. Early reports were that they were targeting J.D. Vance. Can we just stop trying to kill the president and vice president, please? Just can we give it maybe a week? We'll do baby steps. This week they haven't tried to kill the president yet. But they can't stop doing that. We have all that and more. What's up?
Speaking of J.D. Vance, you know how he said, I don't really care, Margaret?
Yes.
Emerald is very smart. She said, I don't really care, Margarita, because today is...
I don't really care, Margarita. I like that.
That's funny. I thought you'd appreciate that.
I like that. All right. So we will have our Cinco Deporto fiesta in just a little in a bit. We'll start off in beautiful fashion with a little Ahuya. Maybe we'll play the full video of Ahuya today. There's a bunch of sombreros in there, or we'll play as much as we can get through. But before we do that, I want to get to a word from our friends over at OFP Farms, our good friends. Mother's Day, 5 days away. I mean, you're cutting it really close now. Maybe you want to get a belated Mother's Day gift. That's fine. OFPfarms.com. Use the promo code Sean, SHAWN, for 20% off. Their Mother's Day gift boxes are the best. Matter of fact, you heard Donna, our friend Donna from Long Island, call in on Friday.
Gosh, I love her.
And she said, if her son does not get her the Mother's Day gift box, she's going to kill him. Now, hopefully she was, that was Long Island bravado, right? That she's not actually going to kill him.
No.
Because I would hate to be involved in a federal investigation, that she promoted murder on the show. I'm only kidding. She's not going to do that. But get your Mother's Day gift boxes now. OFPfarms.com, OFPfarms.com. Take a look at this quick video. OFPfarms.com, celebrating Mother's Day the best way you can. Celebrate with an OFP Farms gift box. Their gift boxes are more than just a gift. They're an absolute experience. This Mother's Day, give mom more than just a gift. Give her a moment to feel pampered and truly treasured. At OFP Farms, every product is handcrafted right on their farm using fresh goat milk and grass-fed tallow. Rich, nourishing ingredients that her skin will absolutely love. It is more than just skincare. It's a daily reminder that she deserves to slow down, care for herself, and feel appreciated. For a limited time, up until Mother's Day, you get 20% off your entire order if use the code Sean. That's SHAWN, Sierra Hotel Alpha Whiskey November. Clean ingredients, small batches, real results. From the farm to her skin, because mom deserves to feel this good every day. OFPfarms.com, promo code SHAWN for 20% off. OFPfarms.com, promo code Sean. Get your Mother's Day gift boxes now. Mother's Day is right around the corner, 5 days away, and it will be Mother's Day. And you don't want mama to not have her OFP Farms gift box. All right, let's get into it. Illegal aliens, Cinco Deporto. Shall we start with a little ahoo-ya? I think we should. There they are.
Everybody, ahoo-ya. Ahoo-ya. El flautín.
No. Sorry. I couldn't make it through the whole thing. I could only get through the... Yeah. That's it. Ahoo-ya. Happy Cinco de Porto. Goodness gracious.
Fortunately, she's wearing two of my favorite colors right now. The blue and the yellow.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, but I say to her for singing so poorly...
Who do you think you are?
That's right. Who do you think you are? Someone's driving the dog loco. The dogs are going nuts and I don't own any. Kevin Ellum says, just cracked my glasses. Look at these are funny comments. So, would you consider those to be unseasoned boiled chicken breasts too? Or, because they have a little seasoning, a little Mexican, right?
We don't need to go there. We don't need to go
We don't need to go there? Why not?
Well, because
Okay.
I haven't thought of a funny answer yet.
Okay, gotcha. Got it. All right. Well, there you go. Ahoo-ya. All right, great stuff. Here we go. Let's jump right into it because on a serious note, why is today Cinco de Porto? Because Joe Biden and the Democrats allowed tens of millions of pets. It's such a hard number to wrap our head around, right? Like, so you see the Trump administration's already deported, between voluntary deportations and involuntary deportations, well over 3.5 million people, which is a lot of people. And that's like not even it's barely a fraction of the amount of folks that are in the country illegally that came in here under Biden. Estimates of 10, 20, 30 million people. That is so many people. And you look at this affordability crisis, right? When you have more people competing for the same amount of resources, jobs, housing, food, utilities, etc., space, everything gets more expensive. Now, that's not the only thing that's contributing to the affordability crisis, but it is a major contributor. 10, 20, 30 million people. They all have to have a place to go in this country, right? I mean, the illegal aliens that came here, they're not all homeless. They're living somewhere. And the space that they currently occupy in this country is space that an American citizen does not occupy, and that is wrong. That is wrong. I'm not talking about the ones that are currently sitting in detention. I'm not saying that Americans who can't find housing should be in jail. I'm talking about the illegal aliens that we know are in government housing, or they're renting from somebody, or they're working a job and under the table, that's paying for their housing somehow. That is housing that should be occupied by an American citizen or a legal resident of the country. It's not racist to say that. It's common sense. Those who follow the law should be allowed to reap the benefits of, law-abiding citizens and law-abiding residents of the country. And those who don't should deal with the consequences. Not only are these illegal aliens competing for housing with American citizens, but think about it. You've got health care. That was why the whole sombrero thing happened anyway. That government shutdown in October, they were trying to allow illegal aliens to have taxpayer-funded health care. No good. Can't have that. But while we're talking about taxpayer-funded health care, right? While we're talking about that, think about it again. If there is an American citizen that needs health care and they can't get health care and the costs are too high, well, maybe it's because 10, 20, 30 million people who shouldn't be here in the first place are competing for that same resource. Therefore, there is a higher demand, which drives the cost up. The same goes for food. The same goes for jobs in the other direction. You have 10, 20, 30 million people who would gladly work for much less than what an American would work for in a construction site, in a supermarket, wherever it might be. And the employers know this. The employers know I could screw over that illegal alien right there. Because what's the illegal alien going to do? Report me to the government? They're here illegally. They have no leverage. So they get paid crumbs. It's slave labor. But to the illegal alien, well, they're allowed to stay in the country. They're getting a lot of other things for free. They don't need a huge wage. Works for them. So, we make the jokes about Cinco Deporto, but it is a major issue facing the country, the illegal alien population. What else can happen with these illegal aliens? Well, if they're counted in the census, which they shouldn't be, that throws off how our congressional seats are allocated per state. You remember Yvette Clarke from Brooklyn who said, we need the illegal aliens in here or my seat might go away. I'm paraphrasing, but that's nearly exactly what she said. The concept was, without the illegal aliens being counted in my district, I may not have a seat. The state may lose a seat, a congressional seat. That's quite literally the great replacement theory. It's not a theory anymore. It's a process. It's an actual process that they're doing. You have all these people fleeing places like California and New York and Illinois. And wouldn't you know, there's one thing that those three states have in common. They're sanctuary states. Why do they want illegal aliens to replace members of the population who are leaving so they don't lose congressional power? It's really simple. And it's devious. It's gross when you look at it. Not only do you have these impacts that it's causing among Americans, whether it's competing for jobs, competing for healthcare, competing for resources, competing for housing, etc., but it is getting people killed. It is getting people killed. The illegal alien crisis in this country is getting people killed. Laken Riley, Sheridan Gorman, Kate Steinle, Rachel Morin, Jocelyn Nungare, Travis Wolf, and so on and so forth. Illegal aliens in this country are killing Americans. Oh, well, American citizens commit crimes at a higher rate. That does not matter, number one. Number two, I don't think American citizens commit crimes at a 100% rate. Whoa. You're telling me 100% of illegal aliens are criminals? Yep. That's exactly what I'm telling you. Well, how'd you come up with that number? Well, that's very easy. Is coming into the country illegally a crime or not? Yes, it's a crime. Okay. So then anyone who breaks the law to come into the country, i.e. entering the country illegally, is committing a crime. Yes? Yes, that is correct. Okay. And if you're committing a crime and it is a criminal offense of our code, an immigration law, then that would make you a criminal, would it not? Yes, that would make you a criminal. Okay. So therefore, everybody who enters this country illegally breaks immigration law to do so. If they're all committing crimes, it makes them criminals, right?
Ooh,
yes. Yeah. 100%. 100% of illegal aliens who entered this country illegally are criminals. Period. Full stop. Now you may say, oh, well, the violent crime rate among Americans is higher than the violent crime rate among illegal aliens. Again, that doesn't matter. Why? Because the illegal alien should not be in this country to commit a violent crime in the first place. Not every violent crime that is committed by an American citizen is wholly preventable. Some people, they're fine their whole life. They snap one day and they do something awful. Every violent crime committed by an illegal alien is preventable. Really? How is that preventable? How about you don't release the illegal aliens into the country, which then gives them the ability to commit those violent crimes down the line? Oh, you can't stop all of them from coming in, really? Because over the last 11 months now, U.S. Customs and Border Protection has released 0 illegal aliens into the country. They have encountered them on the border. They have apprehended them. They're not giving them a notice to report. Yeah, come to court in a couple months. We would love to process you. These guys aren't going to come to court. Sheridan Gorman's killer is a perfect example of that. He was given a court appearance and did not show up. Then he shoplifted at a Macy's and didn't show up for that court appearance either. And then he killed an 18-year-old girl in Chicago. Every single crime that is committed by an illegal alien after entering our country is preventable if we just enforce the laws as they're written. Which also means if you came into this country illegally, I don't care the reason, I don't care what you're doing, I don't care if you're paying taxes, you need to leave. Well, what about the Dignity Act? Oh, you mean the Amnesty Act? No, we are not giving these people dignity. There is no dignity in rewarding law breaking. If you came into the country illegally, you're going to face the consequences for breaking our immigration law, and the penalty is deportation. Now, excuse me, I'd like you to get the out. Out. That's it. It's really that simple. It does not need to be more complicated than that. Follow the law, you will not have a problem. Break the law, you will have a problem. It's that easy. Let's start on Long Island, shall we? Long Island, New York. My former stomping grounds. Brennan's temporary stomping grounds for 6 months. Back in 2022.
The Bronx was my fave.
She said she's the Bronx Crossway, right? The Cross Bronx Expressway.
Yeah. You know about it.
Yeah.
About it. What the heck is that thing on the screen?
What is that?
Now, how do you do that?
That is, what? Look at that.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Nice.
All right, here we go. All right, let's try this now. Long Island, New York. An illegal immigrant has been arrested after confessing to brutally stabbing 2 Long Island women. Stabbing. Okay, this could have been prevented. This could have been prevented had we just enforced the laws as they're written. 22-year-old Roni Yahir Alvarengo Rivera. It's a 4-bagger. That's 4 names right there. An El Salvador national who entered the U.S. as an unaccompanied minor in 2016, fatally stabbed a 42-year-old female coworker outside of Wendy's in Long Beach around 12:30 a.m. last week. An unaccompanied minor. You know what's interesting? You know some of the people who would be given quote-unquote dignity in the Dignity Act? You know who that includes? Oh, don't tell me. Yeah. Unaccompanied minors. If you came in and you were under the age of 18, you're not going to get deported. Well, you would keep this guy in your country. Dignity Act. It's going to get people killed if that passed. It won't pass. It won't be signed. According to CBS News, the victim was identified as Ana Maria de Aguia Cordova. That's a 5-bagger.
Need so many names.
I don't know. It's a cultural thing. A Long Beach mother of 2 who was taking out the trash when she was attacked just hours earlier. Rivera also attacked his 32-year-old roommate, murdering her in their apartment. He went to the job after killing and targeting the second victim. Both victims suffered multiple stab wounds to the neck and torso, according to police. After the attacks, Rivera allegedly contacted police and confessed. He was later arrested outside a 7-Eleven following the call. Authorities have not disclosed the motive for the killings and noted that Rivera had no prior arrests or known gang affiliations. And that is another important thing. Okay? I love this. So this is this is like the greatest example here. This guy who stabbed 2 women on Long Island and killed one of them. This guy had no criminal record, no gang affiliations, and he came into the country as an unaccompanied minor in 2016. That would be under Barack Obama. Okay? This is one of the people who would be given dignity under the Dignity Act because he came in under the age of 18. He had no prior criminal record. Oh, he's not a problem. Yeah, until he becomes a problem. And when they become a problem, they don't just become a nuisance. Sheridan Gorman's killer was a problem. He wasn't violent. He shoplifted $132 worth of merchandise from a Macy's. I'm not saying that's okay. But, nobody was hurt physically in that crime. Laken Riley's killer, his brother was tied to Tren de Aragua. He didn't have any prior criminal record. A lot of these guys don't have a prior criminal record that we know of until they start doing stuff in this country that is just abhorrent, killing people, stabbing people, carjacking, rapes, sexual assault, burglaries, etc. And now all of a sudden, whoa, well, we didn't see this coming. Well, the point of the matter is you let these people into the country. You did not know who they were. You did not vet them. And even if you had vetted this guy, no criminal history. Sure, if he had entered the country legally, could he have done the same thing? Sure. The fact of the matter is this guy is a candidate. He would be a candidate for quote unquote dignity status under the Dignity Act because he came in as a child, unaccompanied minor, and he had no criminal record. Is this the type of person you want to give dignity to and keep in your country? And then have, as Maria Salazar came down and said, oh, you'll have another legislator down the line, give them citizenship. Yeah, no, hard pass on that. Thank you. Thank you. Quote, while we were at the Wendy's scene, we received information that an individual was stopped at 169 Atlantic Avenue in Lynbrook, said Detective George D'Arienzo, according to the New York Post. He asked to see police, and when police arrived, he said that he killed somebody that night. During a press briefing, Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman, who's running for governor, blamed federal immigration policies for the killings. Quote, why are we letting an unaccompanied minor into our country to run around basically without any supervision whatsoever? And then that individual grows up and automatically gets legal status in our country. This is a policy today that resulted in 2 women getting killed. Killed 2 women. Unbelievable. But let's give them dignity, folks. Let's be compassionate. 2 words. Suicidal empathy. I'm sorry. I would love to be compassionate and I would love to help. But I am not going to do that to the detriment of American citizens. Hell no. There is no dignity in rewarding lawbreaking. It is not compassionate to allow killers, whether they're former killers or would-be killers, to roam around this country searching for their next victim. The answer is no. Another one. An illegal alien fugitive has been captured after 14 years on Washington's most wanted list for fleeing a crash that killed a teen. Cortez Vargas was placed on WSP's most wanted list in 2012 after failing to appear in court on charges tied to the fatal hit and run. An illegal alien who spent 14 years on Washington State Patrol's most wanted list. It's Washington State, not Washington, D.C., not federal. Washington State. Washington State Patrol's most wanted list after allegedly fleeing a deadly crash is finally in custody. Manuel Cortez Vargas was arrested April 30th in Madera, California, after the Washington State police detectives worked with Madera Police Department to track him down. He was taken into custody without incident and booked into the Madera County Jail, where he awaits extradition to Skagit County. Immigration and Customs Enforcement confirmed to the Ari Hoffman's show on Talk Radio 570 KVI that Cortez Vargas is in the United States illegally. It's 14 years ago. March 5th, 2012. Washington State Police says Cortez Vargas was driving a silver Honda Accord on Sapp Road in Skagit County. Authorities say he failed to negotiate a curve, causing the vehicle to roll and land upside down in a slough beside the road. Inside the car was 19-year-old Cameron Sheridan. Washington State Police said Sheridan became trapped in the overturned vehicle and drowned. The crash happened around 3 a.m. near Cedro Woolley, and the car was upside down, partially submerged. When police arrived, Cortez Vargas was long gone after allegedly fleeing the scene instead of reporting the accident to authorities. Okay? We don't need these people in our country. They're not adding anything. Oh, they're working the jobs that Americans don't want to work. Tell you what, you give an American a good wage, they'll clean a toilet. They'll pick some avocados. Of course, Americans aren't going to work those jobs for what illegal aliens are making because they're not making a living wage. For all these Democrats, $2,500 an hour minimum wage. We will have the rich pay their fair share. For all that talk, they have no problem when they find out that illegal aliens are working for well under a quote-unquote living wage. Right? You never hear them talking about how illegal aliens deserve more money because they can't admit that illegal aliens are taking jobs away from Americans, right? There you go. That's 2 illegal alien stories, and we'll do a little bit more in just a second. Before we do that, I want to get to a word from our friends at Silent, slnt.com/Sean, slnt.com/SHAWN. Ladies and gentlemen, Silent, your phone is a tracking device. You guys know that. It's a listening device. It's a tracking device. It does everything. It tracks you. It listens to you. You get these targeted ads now. You hear you talking about drones. Next thing you know, you're getting DJI. Or DJI is banned in the United States now, I think. But you get all these things. So you guys know that your phone is a tracking device. It's not a conspiracy theory. Between government agencies, big tech, corporate data brokers, even those crazy cyber criminals, they're all fighting for a piece of your digital footprint. And the crazy part about it is they don't ask. They just take it. That is why Silent exists. Silent makes Faraday gear that blocks all wireless signals, including cellular, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, RFID, and near-field communications. No signal means no tracking, no remote access, and no breadcrumbs. It's the same tech that's trusted by special operations teams around the world, used to block signals, avoid surveillance, and secure communications wherever the mission leads. And right now, it is available to you so you can protect your family, your freedom, and your digital footprint. Just drop your phone in a Silent Faraday sleeve, and it's off the grid, completely silent and visible to the outside world. From their backpacks to their sleeves to their crossbodies, Silent's patented technology gives you total control of your privacy. Visit slnt.com/Sean. Get 15% off and free shipping on qualifying orders. That is slnt.com/Sean. Protect your rights, secure your data, and stay one step ahead. Silent.com. Silence! Silence the chaos. Go silent today. slnt.com/Sean. slnt.com/SHAWN. Okay. Let's take a stroll. You guys, if you folks are on X, I'm a big fan of the X platform at times. It obviously has its flaws. There is no such thing as a perfect social media platform, which is fine. But I want to go into this account. It's called Illegal Alien Crimes. And it's one of my favorite accounts on X that just has a rolling list of illegal aliens that have committed crimes in our country. All right, here we go. They do this thing called the Illegal Alien Crimes Roundup. April 26th. This is April 26th, the Illegal Aliens Crimes Roundup. They say it's been 2 weeks since the last roundup. Here's a rundown on 25 of the cases that have come to light, and the links are in the replies of this post. You can take a look. I'm reading it right off of the screen here. Illegal alien crimes. Happy Cinco Deporto, right? Happy Cinco Deporto. Delaware County, Ohio. A trucker who naturalized by fraud killed a young family. Bexar County, Texas. An illegal alien attacked a mother and bites a child's face. 3. Brown County, Wisconsin. Illegal alien injures 2 in a machete attack. 4, Tulsa County, Oklahoma. Illegal alien accused of fathering a child with a minor. Gross. Midland County, Texas. An illegal alien arrested for a stabbing. Oconee County, South Carolina. Illegal alien accused of fathering a child with a minor. That's 2 of those. Interesting. Durham County, North Carolina. Illegal alien arrested for shooting somebody and killing them. Midland County, Texas. A man on a detainer arrested for armed sexual assault. Wake County, North Carolina. Man on detainer arrested for sexual assault of a minor. It's 3 ones. 3 ones with a minor now. That's 3 cases with a minor. Carroll County, Kentucky. Man on a detainer arrested for death in a DUI crash. Cherokee County, Georgia. Man on detainer arrested for injury in a DUI crash. Spartanburg County, South Carolina. Illegal alien arrested for DUI crash deaths of 2 boys. Lee County, Alabama. Illegal alien rape suspect dies in a shootout with deputies. Wake County, North Carolina. Man on detainer arrested for nightclub murder. Greene County, Kentucky. Man on detainer arrested for break-in sex attack. New York City. Illegal alien accused of setting a fire that killed 4. Mecklenburg County, North Carolina. Man on detainer accused of fathering a child with a minor. That's the 4th one with the sexual assault of a minor. Gross. Harris County, Texas. Illegal alien arrested for fatal hammer attack. Arlington County, Virginia. Illegal alien accused of a brazen sexual assault. Hillsborough County, Florida. Man on detainer arrested for fatal hit and run. Lehigh County, Pennsylvania. Illegal alien arrested by ICE after a fatal DUI crash. Duval County, Florida. Illegal alien drags police officer trying to flee. Guilford County, North Carolina. Man on detainer arrested for exploitation of a minor. Salt Lake County, Utah. Illegal alien arrested for shooting at party. And Adair County, Missouri. An illegal alien is accused of an Easter Sunday rape. 25 from the last 2 weeks. This is at Illegal Alien Crimes on X. I'm sorry, it's at Immigrant Crimes. At Immigrant Crimes, one word, on X. It's a great account to keep up with these illegal alien crimes here. And they go one by one as well. Here's just one more. Charlotte County, Florida, illegal alien Melchor Hernandez Alcaraz has been accused of kidnapping and raping a 17-year-old girl after providing her with alcohol. Detectives interviewed Alcaraz, and he confessed to these allegations. Court documents state that the 17-year-old Guatemalan victim came to the U.S. a year ago on her own and works at a restaurant. The victim was living with Hernandez Alcaraz and told investigators she had wanted to move to a new place, but due to his behavior prior to the incident, but was unable to do so due to cost. So there you go. It's a great account on X if you want to keep up with these illegal alien crimes. Chambers County, Texas. Last month, Alfredo Diaz-Gonzalez was arrested for sexual assault. He has an immigration detainer on hold. I mean, this is just like, it's one after another, after another, after another, after another. Okay? Notice Tennessee wasn't on that list. That just means the story wasn't news breaking. I'm sure there were tons of illegals arrested here too. All right. Why don't we pivot off of the illegal alien subject? And what do we want to do here? I think we're going to do a quick break from Cove Pure, and then we're going to go to Walgreens, this story out of Chicago, because while we're talking about Democrat lunacy, this story out of Chicago with Walgreens is just, it's out of control. So we'll get to it in a second. It is nuts. Completely and totally crazy. You know, the Democrats are pro-crime. They're anti-corporation, right? Greedy capitalists, greedy corporations, the rich, tax cuts for the rich. It's all nonsense, and we're going to go through just a bizarre story out of Chicago, although nothing surprises me out of Chicago anymore. That place it's basically like New York City Junior, right? All right. Let's take a quick break, get to word from our friends at Cove Pure. CovePure.com/Sean, CovePure.com/SHAWN. Listen, if Flint, Michigan taught this country anything, it is that the government's word on your water is worth exactly nothing. And Flint wasn't a one-off. The problem is everywhere. That is why we purify all of our water at home with Cove Pure. Look, there were a lot of water systems, a lot of standards that were installed before your parents were born. And here's what the government doesn't tell you. The testing method that the utilities use to check lead levels is specifically designed to collect the least contaminated sample, not the worst. The most recent federal data shows that water systems during 21 to 2024 that there was tons tons of lead between 2021 and 2024. Lead has no taste, no smell, doesn't change the color of your water. But here's the scary part. There is no safe level of lead exposure. None. Even low levels of lead are directly linked to brain damage, learning disabilities, and irreversible developmental harm in children. Cove Pure removes the lead. It is certified to eliminate up to 99.9% of contaminants. That includes lead, but also PFAs, fluoride, and pharmaceuticals. Setup couldn't be easier. No plumbers, no drilling. You just put it on your counter, you plug it in, you fill it up, and it does its thing. Listen, Brennan loves that you can use it to get whatever temperature water you want, too. She's been using the hot water feature for tea at night or tea all throughout the day.
That's one of my favorite parts of it.
That's where I got my tea.
Awesome.
This is hot Cove Pure water.
Because, like, how cool. It's literally boop, and then it's ready.
It's boiling water in an instant.
Yeah.
There you go. You don't have to wait for the kettle to boil. One tap, and it's ready to go instantly. Your city tested the water and said it was fine, right? So did Flint. Cove Pure is what you put between that track record and your family's water and your family's safety. So go to Cove Pure, COVEPURE.com/SHAWN, and you're going to get a beautiful discount, $250 off of your Cove Pure unit at CovePure.com/SHAWN for $250. That's a lot. It's a great investment. You know, we noticed, I said yesterday, I was like, this Cove Pure, we don't go through water bottles anymore because we're just using the Cove Pure. It's great. We're saving money on buying water, and obviously it's helping our health. So there you go. CovePure.com/SHAWN for $250 off. Go get your Cove Pure today. You will not regret doing so. All right. A Democrat in Chicago is calling to charge Walgreens for a crime of shutting down one of their Chicago locations over actual crime. You're like, what? Say that again? Yes. A Democrat lawmaker, an alderman in Chicago, is calling to charge Walgreens with an actual crime, with a crime, for shutting down one of their Chicago storefronts because of real crime. I'm not making this up. Listen to this.
Walgreens should be charged with first-degree corporate abandonment. Yes. It should be a crime the way they're treating our elders. Yes. It should be a crime the way they're treating our families.
First-degree corporate abandonment. Okay. He says it should be a crime the way they're treating our elders. It should be a crime the way they're treating our families. Why did Walgreens shut down that location? Stop pounding the table. Stop yelling and screaming. Stop, they're abusing our community. I don't want to hear it. You're abusing your community. Why did Walgreens shut down the location? Did they do it because they hate the elders and your family members? They didn't do it for that reason. They would love to have a location open in the middle of Chicago. They did it because of crime. There are 7-Elevens, CVS pharmacies, Walgreens in cities like this that have to lock up paper towels behind those glass cages. You know, like when you would go to, you go to Walmart or Target or whatever, and you're going to grab a new computer, a new pair of headphones, nice expensive pair of Bluetooth headphones, maybe a new speaker or some sort of, some piece of technology. It's locked behind that cage, and you got to go find the, excuse me, can I get this out of here? I want to purchase this. Paper towels are being locked up in some of these locations. Toothpaste is being locked up in some of these locations. Children's toothbrushes. Toilet paper during COVID was one of those. That's different. We're not in that time frame anymore. You're going to charge these people with an actual crime because they're shutting down their location due to real crime? You can't make this stuff up, but here is what that alderman said with the local media. Listen to this.
That's what's most important is access to medicine, access to healthcare products. They have that model on 12th and State Street right now. They took away all retail experience. So when they lie and say there was about retail spending and theft, then give us what you gave another neighborhood that is thriving. We do not want seniors to have to jump through hoops to get basic medicine that they need to live and survive.
Do you think that will be the statement that they come back with and say that they were heavily impacted by theft? And you say, give the model that's located off of 12th and State Street. That model is some of their items are kind of like, I don't want to say cornered off, but they are.
Well, it's essentially a walk-up drive-through to get your pharmacy. Let me tell you how bad and disingenuous and disrespectful Walgreens was. They left me a message. They didn't even give us a ramp-up time, enough time for the community to adjust. It's less than 30 days that this place will be gone. So that means all the prescriptions will either go a mile east or a mile west, which is completely unacceptable. Secondly, no one's talking about the jobs. They will say that they will get people placed in other locations. But again, when you have employees that depend on public transportation to go to work, you're making it harder for them to go around. And last but not least, the innovation from corporations is there. They hire all of this talent. Again, why couldn't they redesign, repurpose the store to fit the other models that we see in other parts of the city?
Okay. Shut up. Shut up. It's never the city's fault, right? How about you run your city like a civilized society, and then these places and these companies, these locations wouldn't have to close. These companies wouldn't have to leave. That sounds like a good idea, doesn't it? Because it works in places where they actually enforce the law. You know, when Rudy Giuliani, and he's in a very rough medical situation right now. We hope he pulls through. One of the best, probably the greatest mayor in the history of New York City. When Giuliani was the mayor of New York City, and he was, with broken windows policing, the guy who broke the window or threw a rock, you arrested him. The next guy who threw a rock, you arrested him. The third guy, as Dan Bongino said, there is no third guy because you're getting arrested. You're not emboldened and essentially being encouraged to commit these crimes. You didn't see businesses fleeing New York City when Giuliani was mayor, right? Because it was a safe place to do business. It's not a safe place to do business. Walgreens would not be shutting down that location in Chicago if they weren't taking a loss on theft and having to deal with crime. You talk about these workers. Oh, the workers are going to have to go to another location. Well, maybe they want to because the location that they're currently going to, they're liable to be mugged. So you want to charge Walgreens with a crime for shutting down their location because of crime that you are allowing to happen and in many ways encouraging to happen. It's, to me, you can't get more tone deaf than that. Imagine saying, oh, you're going to shut your location down because of high crime. We're going to charge, we're going to push and grandstand and speak out in the media to have you charged with the crime. Corporate abandonment. Oh, seniors have to go a mile east or a mile west. That wouldn't be happening if you would just get a handle over the crime in your city. I heard that yesterday. I was like, are you kidding me? DeClue says, if I were Walgreens, I would laugh and give them the big old finger. Yes, mail them a golden bird.
It's really interesting how far humankind has fallen. Like we were once a smart kind of invention from God.
Yeah.
You know what? We were smart. Humans built things and created things. And now they're mad that places are getting shut down because they stole all the things from them.
Yeah.
Like what?
And
Like, what is that?
They want to charge the corporation with a crime, but they don't want to charge the thieves.
You just know Jesus is coming back soon when crap like that starts happening.
They want to charge the corporation with a crime, but they don't want to charge the actual criminals. I like my bleep button.
Yeah, I like that too. That's fun.
Zach needs this. He needs a bleep button.
The DEI hire does need a bleep.
We love it. We love it. He would have a lot of fun. But one of his episodes would sound like Morse code. All right?
Is he still bad?
No, he's gotten a lot better, actually. Okay. Oh, my gosh.
Good
It's
job,
so
Zach.
funny. There it is. He's done well. There's a little Morse code. All right. Let's take a quick break. Get to a word from our friends over at goldencrestmetals.com/LFA.
I'm sure by now you've heard that silver went up 160% last year. 2025. I bought this silver for $22 an ounce. It's now worth almost $100. And we and experts think that silver is going to get up to about $200 an ounce. Palladium and platinum were stuck at $900 an ounce for like over a year, or in that area. Now they're up over $2,000. Gold is approaching $5,000 an ounce. If you have ever thought about putting some or all of your retirement or nest egg or savings or just buying bullion in precious metals, now's the time to do it. goldencrestmetals.com/LFA. That's goldencrestmetals.com/LFA. Go leave your name, your email, and your phone number. Schedule a time to talk to the folks over at Golden Crest Metals. Get your free gold guide today, and make sure you tune in on Saturdays at 1 p.m. for the Crest Report, where we dive deep into precious metals, why they're doing what they're doing, and where we expect them to go. It is like insider trading. Nancy Pelosi knows about that. We don't. It's just inside information. It's not even really that. It's called knowledge. Get yours today and get a part of gold, silver, palladium, and platinum and diversify your portfolio today. goldencrestmetals.com/LFA.
goldencrestmetals.com/LFA. goldencrestmetals.com/LFA. I got a very a funny text. I'm not going to say who sent this to me. A good friend of ours.
Read it in his accent.
Love this. Okay. He said, "Happy Mother's Day, you mother." He ordered an OFP Farms gift box.
Oh, I love that.
Also said, this child with a minor thing, maybe that's why they have 4 and 5 names.
Wait, you didn't finish it in his accent?
Well, I'm sorry. Said that, that's what it is. Maybe that's why they have 4 and 5 names.
Gosh.
Child with a minor.
Love that.
It's funny. He's on a roll this morning. We love him. All right. By the way, hails from Chicago. So.
Yeah, when we saw him at the last event, he walks up to me towards the end and goes, Memorial Day.
We're going to have a fun Memorial Day. It's going to be a good weekend. We have our anniversary that weekend. We're going to eat some good food that weekend, hang out with some real fun people. We're excited. All right. What else? Okay. You know what? Let's end with Europe while we're giving out middle fingers and dropping F-bombs today. Well, we're not really dropping F-bombs. We're bleeping them, right? There it is. We love it. Okay. This here is what we want to give to Europe. Here is, Giorgia Meloni. She's the, I guess, prime minister. Is that the position of Italy? And she's, please don't pull the troops from Italy. Oh.
We used to like her, didn't we?
Yeah. Until she decided to be a total Karen. So the United States wants access to, the bases to launch some of their attacks against Iran. And she's like, no, you can't do that. Merz in Germany, Macron in France, whoever the hell's in charge of Spain, Keir Starmer, that's not an English accent, in the UK. But here's Giorgia Meloni. This one really gets me mad because when people pretend to be on our side and then pull a fast one, or like, no, we're not going to give you any help, even though Italy is at bigger risk than the United States regarding Iran. Mm-hmm. No, we're not going to give you any help. But then yesterday we talked about how Trump wants to pull 5,000 withdraw a ton of troops in Germany. And he's also talking about withdrawing troops in Italy. And by the way, it was a couple of weeks ago, we ran with this story. April 8th was when this story came out. So we probably ran it the next day, right? April 9th. This story on the Gateway Pundit. So we were talking about this for quite some time. By the way, the Hoft brothers of the Gateway Pundit, Jim and Joe, also dealing with some medical stuff. So keep them in your prayers as well as Rudy Giuliani. Trump eyes massive punishment for backstabbing NATO allies who abandoned America during Iran war. Troops to be shifted from France, Spain, and Italy, while others are rewarded. He's been saying this is coming for about a month. In Italy, Italian authorities denied U.S. military aircraft permission to land at key bases like Sigonella in Sicily when the missions were tied directly to the Iran campaign, another so-called ally that talked tough but folded when real support was requested. Here's Giorgia Meloni. Oh, poor me. Don't pull the troops out. How ridiculous.
Look, I can't tell you what will happen. As I've said many times before, we know that for some time now, the United States has, shall we say, been discussing a withdrawal from Europe, which is why I believe we must strengthen our security and, let's say, develop our capacity to respond in this regard. That said, it is clearly a decision that does not depend on me, and one that I personally would not support. But there is one thing I would like to make clear. Italy has always honored its commitments. Italy has honored every commitment it has undertaken. It has always done so. We have done so particularly within NATO. We have done so even when our direct interests were not at stake. We did so in Afghanistan. We did so in Iraq. And so, let's say, I do not consider some of the things that have been said about us to be fair, not least because, within the Atlantic Alliance, no one has ever appeared in a formal setting to ask the Allies' support regarding the choices they were making.
Okay, you don't think it's fair? You want to talk about fair? So all these Europeans, they walk around with their nose all from Europe, tradition. Okay, just stop with that. If it wasn't for us, you guys wouldn't exist. Fact. If you want, you are not entitled to our troops. You are not entitled to our defense. Yeah, at least Israel. They're like, oh, what about us? People, what about Israel? They're not entitled to our defense either. At least Israel mows the grass for us over there a little bit, right? You know, some terrorists pop up, they bomb them. We're like, hey, thanks for bombing those guys. They don't like us either. Cool. What the hell does Europe do? Nothing. Pull the troops. Screw them. You didn't want to help when we asked for it? Oh, we're not going to offer our support anymore either. That's the way this transaction is going to work. You want something, you got to give something. You're not going to give something, you're going to get nothing. See Georgia Maloney crying, oh, we don't think it's fair. Well, I don't think the way you're treating us is fair. And guess what? We hold the cards. We have the strongest military in the world. We're the wealthiest country in the world. We have more resources than anybody over there in Europe. You need us. Without us, you're done. So guess what? We're out. Have a good time. Fend for yourselves. All right, Jeremy Harrell is up next on this Cinco Deporto. Happy Cinco Deporto. I'm going to get to work on my Cinco Deporto video. We'll dust off the sombrero again. Maybe put the poncho on as well. I hope everybody has a great rest of your Tuesday. Remember, Rutherford County, Tennessee. If you are watching from Rutherford County, Tennessee, make sure you get out and vote, preferably for Kenneth Barrett for sheriff here on this Cinco Devoto primary day. It's going to be a good time. I think we're going to have a very, very good night and a good result tonight in the primary. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Subscribe to us anywhere you get your podcast by searching for Ungoverned on any podcasting app that you have. Hit subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. Jeremy Harrell up next. As President Trump says, we will never give up. We will never give in. We will never ever surrender. If all else fails, we'll just become ungovernable. Thank you. God bless you. God bless this one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Happy Cinco Deporto. Jeremy Harrell up next. Thank you for your attention to this matter.